Hey folks, Daily Landsblog for the 26th of January 2020. As we move forward with SickNotWeak, we're looking for ideas. We're taking suggestions about how to narrow what we're doing. Because right now it's like the broadest possible picture. Our mission statement will never change. Our goal is to show people that mental illness is a sickness, not a weakness. But that also happens to be about as broad as it gets. And there's a million different things that stem from that as a reflection of the perception that mental illness is a weakness, not a sickness. So we'd like to know if you could narrow it down and say, hey, why don't you guys focus on this for the next 6 months or whatever it would be. We could call it a campaign. I'd like to know what you think. Suicide is certainly one of the areas that we have talked about focusing on, because suicide, of all the areas that I have dealt with, that I've heard from people about, there's still a mystery, a lack of knowledge when it comes to suicide that probably doesn't exist anywhere else. It's still a taboo subject, and one of the things that we can do, and so can you or anybody else, is if a subject is taboo, break the taboo by talking about it. Got this direct message from a friend. I don't want to mention his or her name, even though they've given me in the past the go-ahead to do so. This person tried to take their own life on May the 16th of 2019. Here's the message. I've been thinking a lot about May lately, May 16th more specifically. Sometimes I'm proud of what I've been through and how far I've come. Other times I have this underlying dread because I know that date has to come and all the memories that will come with it. Question, maybe someone will have an answer. When somebody has an unsuccessful suicide attempt, and they put in brackets, I don't know how else to word it. I mean, unsuccessful suicide attempt is, it does send a mixed message, but I think if you're the person that attempted suicide, then it's reasonable for you to call it anything you want. But you could call it, I had a successful, failed suicide attempt. Does that make sense, Case?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a double negative, or I'm not sure what it is. Or you could just say a suicide attempt that I did not complete. So the question is, when that date comes around a year later, how do I get through it? I know I shouldn't be worrying about this because that date is so far away, but I am. So this person is asking you how they should get through the anniversary of a suicide attempt. And especially the first anniversary when the past year has been filled with recovery, when the past year has been dominated by ups and downs. I mean, I could see how it would mess you up. And here's the thing. There's a word that we use a lot of, which is triggering. There is no way that you can ever say what should trigger another person. So, the fear obviously is that on that date, I'm going to be triggered. And we want to help with that. And just remember that too, that what you think will not trigger someone might. And everybody is entitled to say, this is the kind of thing that triggers me. So if you have any advice for this person, let us know. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year on this leap year. And let us know your thoughts. What's one area? And you could pose it with a question. If the question could be as simple as this. What drives people to suicide? And the follow-up question to that would be, what could prevent them from doing it?